All right, it is the Thursday night, Friday night special of the Pack Boys podcast. Before we get into this, we got to debate a little bit. We got to talk. Douglas was so happy to see the Philadelphia Eagles get Robert Quinn. Couldn't have been more happy for the Philadelphia Eagles organization.
Oh my God!
The Eagles trade a 4th-round pick, might as well be a 7th, for Robert Quinn, and the Eagles. The what's the old phrase? The rich keep getting richer.
Yeah,
That's what happened there. I think Robert Quinn's going to go in there, Douglas. I think he's going to have an unbelievable end of the season. Think about what his role is going to be on that team. He's not going to be an every down player.
no, he's not.
What they're going to do is they're going to platoon him and Brandon Graham.
Mm-hmm.
They're both older guys. Graham's going to be in there against the run because he's a bigger, slower guy, but he can defend the run better. Quinn's going to be in there against the pass.
Yeah.
He will have half the snaps he took in Chicago. He will be much more effective that way. He will be unbelievable for this Eagles team. Absolutely unbelievable. The Bears got robbed. The Bears organization was robbed in front of everyone's eyes. They're going to get a 4th-round pick who's not going to get a second contract with that team for a guy who's going to help a team win a Super Bowl. Not saying they were wrong for trading him. They did not get the compensation that was fair back. Douglas, what are your thoughts?
I don't think the trade was quite as bad as you did. I did tell you when we were texting about it. I think they could have weaseled a 3rd out of somebody for him. That's probably what my cutoff would have been, is just 1 3rd-round pick, not 1 4th. I don't think I would have went for a 4th. Now I don't know if Quinn had a hand in it, saying like, I've been nothing but a class act at this organization. Can you send me to a contender? Can you do this? So I don't know how that could have played a role in it. That being said, I still don't think the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. I'll say it right.
I think you're a little bit crazy then.
I'll say it right.
I think
Jalen Hurts is not that guy.
I think
you make him win the game, he's not going to do it.
Okay, but when they hold teams to 10 points.
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah,
come playoff time, I don't know if that's going to be the case. I think
it's going to be the case because they're going to be able to rotate Robert Quinn and Brandon Graham, 2 older DNs, so you would be worried about being gassed by the time playoffs come because they've played 300, 400 snaps during the regular season, if not more. They're going to be fresh. They're going to have half that number of snaps. They're going to be fresh. That defense, their corners are unbelievable. That defense is so scary right now, and plus. Playoffs, it comes down to running the football, and they do that just as good as anybody.
They do run the football very well. Their O-line, if it's healthy, is one of the best right now. It's looking very good. I don't want to say hate the deal for Chicago because I do think they could have got a little bit more. I do. I understand why they did it, though, because you got a guy that's 32. He's on a 1-year, $8 million deal, and for a fact he's going championship hunting for the rest of his career. He's going hunting for a championship every year on 1-year, 2-year deals, probably for X amount of dollars. I'd assume upwards of 10 million a year, depending on what his productivity is the rest of the season. They probably just wanted to get something back. I do think they sold themselves short. Personally, I just don't hate the deal quite as much as you did. You said that you thought they could have got 2/3 and a 5th. I don't know anyone that would have been willing to pay that. I don't think, but I understand why.
So if you're the Eagles, if you're the Eagles, and you want to add a DN, let's just go around the league. All right, so you're the Eagles. I'm the Panthers. I have Brian Burns. What are you going to offer me?
2 first and a 3rd, probably.
All right. So let's go over to Denver. I'm Bradley Chubb, or I'm Denver. I have Bradley Chubb. What are you going to offer me?
I don't know if I'd give up a 1st for Bradley Chubb, to be honest.
Wrong.
I mean, he's having a good. He's having a good year.
You might swap one first rounder and maybe like a 5th for Chubb.
I mean, I guess he's not bad at all. He's just not in the same stratosphere as Burns.
Anyone else you can think of edge rushers that are on the market?
No, probably not.
Okay,
those are the 3 that have been talked about the most.
So that's why the Bears had the leverage. They said if they look at the pass rusher market, they said that we can put this guy out for we could underprice, like it's like a supermarket.
No, like, I get what you're saying for sure.
Walmart puts out an item at $2.99. Target puts it out at $2.89.
Yeah.
It's
Just
you
undercut.
undercut the prices. They
Yep.
didn't do that. They sold it for pennies on the dollar. That's
No,
the problem.
I definitely agree. Like I said, they could have got more. My biggest con- concern with your analogy, I suppose, is Burns is better than Quinn by a lot.
Oh,
He's 8
it's
years
fine.
younger than him. He's going to
I
still be mid
I
20s.
I don't disagree with that.
So that's why I see
Well,
the leverage point. I definitely
I'm
see the
not
undercutting point.
I'm not saying that they are worth Quinn is worth Brian Burns. I'm not saying
No, I know
that.
that.
Not
I
even
know.
close. I'm saying the Bears could have got more out of it, and they
They
just
could have
didn't.
gouged the market that
Yes.
Burns was going for and just said, look, this is what this guy's
Yep.
going for. Go get him if you won't pay this price.
Yep.
So I get it, definitely. Like I said, I wouldn't have got rid of him for less than a third, personally.
Well,
I think 1/3 would have been suitable. A third and a fourth would have been very ideal.
well, nevertheless, the scariest team in the league just got even more scarier, so that's fun. All right, nevertheless, let's get to Thursday night football. Ravens, the 4-3 Ravens go to the 3-4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks are 1.5 point favorites. Over under is 45.5. Douglas, what are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I'll be taking the Bucks -1.5. And I say that with confidence, though I should not.
The bold prediction at the last 2 weeks.
Oh, absolutely, it is. But those last 2 weeks is what makes me think that it's going to cover even more. I think that they're going to get a W. I think they're going to beat the Ravens. The Ravens defense is bad. The Bucks is not bad. It's undisciplined, but it's not bad. There's a difference. The Ravens defense just is not good. The Bucks defense is good. They just don't have any discipline. I think that the receivers being back, Julio is expected to play as of now. He is questionable, but they're thinking he's going to get to play. So you're going to have Julio, Godwin, Evans, and one of my props I'll give you here. Love Cade Auden to score the first touchdown of the game. Don't know why. Got a weird feeling. Got a weird feeling. He's been very good in safety blanket issues for Brady. When Brady's needed that guy, he's been coming up big and big for him. So I like the Bucks here. They're at home, short week. I will take Brady on a short week over Lamar Jackson and them traveling down there. So I'm going to roll with the Bucks here.
Yeah, Cameron Brate is officially out for this week. So is Carlton Davis, Russell Gage, Sean Murphy Bunting, and Antonio Winfield. Let me see. And for the Ravens, only Calais Campbell is ruled out so far. They have a bunch of guys who are questionable. I couldn't really pick a side here because there's no way I'm laying points with the Bucks, but betting underdog at +1.5 is basically pointless.
Yep.
Because teams do lose by one, but not very often.
Yep.
I'm just taking the under 45.5 here. I have a prop that pairs with this, and it'll make more sense when that comes, but I'm taking the under 45.5. Only 2 Buccaneers games have gone over 46 points. One of those was against Kansas City. This Ravens offense is not Kansas City's offense.
No.
Only 2 Ravens games have gone over 46 points. One was against Miami. The Dolphins have a much better offense than the Bucks do. So I don't really see this game going too – if it does go over, I don't see it going too far over 45.5. Combined, these teams are 11-3 on the under this season. So both these teams play – they might not have the best stats defensively or offensively, but unders are hitting for them. So I'll be taking the under 45.5. And with that, we'll get into our props. My first prop, Lamar Jackson, over 9.5 rushing attempts.
Okay.
Lamar
like
averages 9.5 rushing attempts per game. I think Devin White and Levante David will do enough to slow down Jackson's number one target, Mark Andrews. Mariota rushed 7 times for 61 yards. It's pretty effective against the Bucks. So with White and David covering Andrews, I think Lamar will have to pull the ball down a little bit more and look to create himself. I don't really like any of their receivers against corners for the Bucks, so I don't think they'll be able to throw all that well. And with the press, I think the Bucks will create enough pressure on that offensive line that he'll have to scramble a lot. So, and like it doesn't have to be a long run. Like if he just crosses the line of scrimmage, it's a run.
Yeah.
So that's all you need. You need a couple of those, and you're fine. And my second one, it goes pretty much hand in hand with my regular bet. each team to score 2+ touchdowns and 2+ field goals.
Oh, that's
You can
probably
middle this. You can middle this, but either one of them is going to hit. If the game goes over, this prop is going to hit. The game goes under, you're fine. Love the value here. Bucks have attempted the second most field goals in the league at 17. The Ravens are tied for fourth in that category. Tucker is pretty much perfect if he gets the opportunity. Weather should be fine for the game. It's going to rain earlier in the day tomorrow, but it'll be fine. I think if you bet the under and the game goes way under, you're fine. If it goes over, I really like the chance that this one hits because both offenses have a tendency to stall out in the red zone. So I will love this prop bet. It's at plus 460 right now. It's under game specials on FanDuel. I like that prop a lot.
Yeah, no, I like your props definitely. I gave one kind of as like a
Mhm.
long shot as Cade Auden first touchdown score. I really like the value that you can get it at, especially if you take it. Trey and I are recording this a little prior to the game, so the odds are going to be better now. Seeing that the news that Braid is out
Yeah.
probably just came out, so the odds haven't quite adjusted to where they're going to go yet. So it's probably a little better value if you get it as soon as possible. Um, Next one, I just have an anytime touchdown. I'm taking Chris Godwin. He has shown that he is the most consistent receiver on the team as far as catching the ball. Mike Evans, wide open last week. Brady puts it in the breadbasket. Evans just drops it.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
they
offense.
haven't scored a first drive touchdown all season. That would have been it. And that's what happened. So I think he's going to start looking to Godwin more underneath. I think Godwin will eventually get into the end zone. And following up with that, I'm going to go back to Godwin again. I think he goes over 70.5 receiving yards. The Ravens rank 26th against the pass. They're not good against
Yeah.
the pass at all. They cannot cover people. I know they got Marlon Humphrey. Well, that's not the same guy he was 2 years ago. Marcus Peters, yeah, sure, he might get an interception, but if he doesn't, he's getting fried. Like that's just the type of player he is. Their safeties are nothing to call home about. Kyle Hamilton's such a high pick. Everyone was scared when the Ravens got him. I haven't heard or seen him do a thing yet this year. Don't know if he's hurt. Don't know what's going on with the guy. I don't even know if he plays. I know they cut Tony Jefferson, so I'm assuming he's starting.
He
I
is.
haven't seen him do anything. So I will be hammering Chris Godwin's props, touchdowns, his over. Love Cade Auden, first touchdown. I would probably sprinkle on him as an anytime. If you don't like the first touchdown, just take him at an anytime to cover yourself some insurance there. And those are my three plays for this game that I like.
He's not even top 15 on his team in tackles. Kyle
Oh,
Hamilton.
Hamilton. Yeah. So what's he been doing? He's a safety.
Let's see here. 7 games played, 9 solo tackles, 7 assists.
He has 9 tackles, solo tackles in 7 games.
1 sack, 1 tackle for loss.
I mean, what are we
Yeah,
doing here?
not much production. So
Yeah. So what are we doing here? I thought that he could have had
hold
bust written on him just because of where he came from, just solely based off of that.
on. Trying to see how do you see all these stats? This is crazy. All right, I guess I can't. All right, let's head to college football. Gonna be honest, guys. I'm going super light on the card this week. Did not college football betting, weekday betting did not go well for me last week. Went 0-4 on it. Luckily, I responded well with a good weekend, but I just have one play. Louisiana plus 1.5. Louisiana ranks 32nd in total defense. They are starting a backup quarterback, but it's not his first start. He actually now leads the team in passing after last week. He has a 10-1 passing touchdown to interception ratio. Did I say ratio? Ratio?
I thought you said it right. Ratio.
Oh, yeah. All
Yeah, it
right.
sounded right to me. I mean,
All right. It came out of my mouth weird then. All right. 10-1 pass TD to interception ratio. Louisiana is a good football program. Southern Miss is not. That's what I'm going on here. Give me the Raging Cajuns. They're on a 2-game win streak. They make it 3. They're still in the hunt for their conference. So, and Southern Miss is just, I think they've just played above their means so far this year. I saw that they beat Tulane. They're not better than Tulane. So I think people are just a little too high on Southern Miss right now. So I love the value at plus 1.5 for Louisiana.
okay. So I have 2 plays. Washington State host Utah. I'm just taking the over, 54.5. Utah is 20th in total offense. They are 11th in scoring offense. The thing that is skeptical about this is they're also 37th in total defense. I'm nervous
Mhm.
Washington State's not going to be able to keep up. The fact that it's a weird weekday game and weird things happen, and also they're at home, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here, and I'm going to assume that they can hit that over quite easily. I hate taking an over on weekday games, especially. That being said, I'm taking another one.
Yeah.
Why not? I suck. Uh, East Carolina at BYU. The over is 63.5. I will be taking it. Uh,
Okay.
BYU is 104th in total defense.
They're bad.
East Carolina is 85th in total defense. Neither one's really anything to call home about.
Yeah.
ECU is 49th in scoring defense. BYU's 109 in scoring defense. Yet again, nothing really to call home and brag about. And their scoring offenses, East Carolina is 40th and BYU is 64th. I'm hoping just because of weird weekday things, I feel like the unders have been hitting on the weekdays more
Yeah. Definitely last
college
week they
games.
were.
So I'm hoping that it's going to be a turnaround. I can get a nice 2-0 start, and then just trash it completely on Saturday, like I always do.
That's a lock. That's the
Yeah,
lock of the week. It's my
absolutely.
best bet of
So
the week. Douglas goes no more than 50%.
I'm going to. I may cut my plays down instead. I don't know. I kind of want to dip into them FCS games again, but they killed me last week.
Yeah, they were not
What
good.
was I 1-7 through those?
There was one of them. I don't know if it was Albany or somebody you was like 11-point favorites and they lost outright by
Yeah.
like 20.
Yeah. I definitely saw that. I was not happy
So
about it. I shouldn't have taken Charleston Southern against Gardner Webb either. I know Gardner Webb's good, and they were only getting 12
yeah.
points. And I was like, well, let's do it. Let's take the 12. At first, it was 7-3, Charleston Southern. I said, here
Uh-huh.
we go, baby. No, no, that did not
Let me
last
do a
long.
little hold on, let me do a little research here. Dayton, yeah, you had Dayton was one of them.
Dayton, that's it. That's the one.
Dayton won by 3. Hold on, let me see here. Let's see. Delaware is the one that covered for you. No. I'm sorry. They didn't. They were 32-point favorites
Yeah,
and
and
they
they
won
won by 31. I
31. Yeah.
remember. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Albany. Albany was your favorite that lost outright. They were favorites going into Villanova and they lost outright 31-29.
What
Let's
about
see.
Kennesaw or whatever?
Kennesaw, I'm pretty sure they were at least at least a touchdown favorite and they won by 3
They
in
were
overtime.
11-point favorites.
11.
Jacksonville State might have been it. I think they got the doors blown off them, and they were 6.5-point favorites. I think they were down 29-0
Jacksonville
at one point,
State.
29-6 maybe. I mean, they got battered. I think.
Oh yeah, Jacksonville State. That's not
I know it's
Jackson
not
State.
Jackson State.
Okay,
I
I just
know.
want to make
Yeah, I know.
sure. Yeah, that might be the one. Yeah, they lost by 17 out to the Southeast Louisiana.
Yeah, I had a couple bad beats though. Like Notre Dame, I took them minus 26.5. They only won by like 23.
Yeah, that hurt me too.
Toledo was up 10 on Buffalo, I
Hey,
think, and they ended up
shout
shout
out
out Buffalo.
Buffalo.
They ended up
I
losing the
had
game
them.
outright. I mean,
I had Buffalo plus 7.5 should have been my best bet that week.
one team that I keep betting on though, and they keep winning, so I'm gonna be taking them this week too. UC Davis. That team,
Davis.
dude, they score. I don't know why they put up points, man. That's 2 weeks in a row I've taken them with over a 15.5-point spread, and they've hit both.
I don't know if it was last year, maybe the year before that, but Tulsa opened as like a top 25 team in the country, and UC Davis beat them in Tulsa in the first week of the season.
Yeah,
it was just weird.
Never any doubt about the North Alabama Eastern Kentucky over last week for me either. I think they combined for over 100 points.
Never taken unders in Eastern Kentucky games, that's for sure.
No.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back later in the week with our full college and NFL betting previews. Thank you guys. Douglas, anything for the people?
Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we win some money on if any of you guys take any weekday games. Bet cautiously. Just gonna throw that out there
Yeah.
because Trey went 0-4 last week, so he's
In college,
if,
0-4 in college.
yeah,
I went 2-0 in the NFL. So
if he is taking one play, that should be a sign to people because he's
Yep.
been pretty good here. So
all right, we'll see you guys.